All right, so for example, for this verify this identity. Do you want to work on the left side or the right side? On the left side. All right, so I need a sine over cosine on the when I get to the bottom, okay? So, what can we do? Now, there's not just one right answer, okay? There's several different things we can do. One of my things is, if I can't see any identities, like a Pythagorean identity or some others that we'll learn later, I start changing everything to like sine and cosine. Even a bonus, I just need sine and cosine in my answer, right? But even if I need a tangent or cotangent or any of those others, I can get them from sine and cosine. So let's go ahead, let's change secant. What is secant in terms of sine and cosine? It's 1 over cosine minus, well, we got cosine of theta, but I got a minus sign there, so I'm betting we're going to have to combine fractions. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it over 1. And this is all over that sine of theta on bottom. Now, I wasn't sure how much room that took. That's why I wrote further over on the left. Sometimes they take a lot of room, sometimes they don't. But I always do mine like in a vertical line, okay? So I just write underneath the previous one and move my way down. All right, so let's see. If nothing else, let's go ahead and combine our fractions. How do we subtract fractions? Common denominator, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just put my all over sign down here. So remember, what's the easy way to find the common denominator? Multiply them. So I'm going to do cosine of theta times 1. And multiply the first denominator by 1, so multiply the top by 1. The second denominator we multiplied by cosine, so multiply the top by cosine. Alright, let's go ahead and put our fraction together. So remember, combine your numerators over that common denominator. So we have 1 minus cosine squared over cosine all over sine. Now make sure you have that top part up there, because I'm going to erase and go back up and start working again because I'm out of room. So if I was y'all, I'd be going on to my second slide, but I don't have that option here. Okay, so I took that last step and rewrote it up here at the top. But on your paper, you'll just be continuing. All right, what can we do now? Okay, we could keep it, change it, flip it. So remember, that means this is over 1, right? The whole sign, not just the theta. Sorry, I should have done the whole sign. So that means we got 1 minus cosine of theta over, cosine squared of theta over cosine of theta times 1 over sine. Bless you. All right. So what now?
Multiply across.
Multiply across. Okay, so I have 1 minus cosine squared times 1, which is 1 minus cosine squared theta over cosine of theta times sine of theta. All right, well look, what do we need? We need sine on top, and we need just a cosine on bottom. So I need to get rid of that sine that's on bottom, don't I? And then my denominator will be fixed. And then we just have to worry about the numerator. So what can I do in the numerator that's going to help me get rid of sine on the bottom? No, I think I see a 1 and a trig function squared.
You gotta go back to an identity.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's probably a Pythagorean identity. Do I have one of them that has a 1 and a cosine squared? Yes, we know that, what does it say? Sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1. Let's see, I need 1 and cosine on the same side. And I want my 1 to be positive. So I don't want to move the 1. So if I algebraically manipulate this one, I get sine squared is equal to 1 minus cosine squared. So 1 minus cosine squared is what we've got. What is it equal to? So we can say that sine squared of theta is equal to cosine of theta over sine of theta. And then remember, sine squared means there's 2 of them, right? So one of the signs on top will cancel. One of the signs on bottom will cancel. And what are we left with? Sine over cosine. And isn't that what we wanted? Good. So I'm going to put equals. I'm sorry, I'm on top of the words here at the bottom of the screen. The sine over cosine.
Alright, tell me what is the point